Good morning, everyone. We reconvene in State versus Apodaca, D101 CR 2023-25, with counsel and Mr. Apodaca present outside the hearing in presence of the jury. Are there any preliminary issues for the state before we start with testimony?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll be this morning, while we're outside the presence of the jury, seeking to move in some of the Facebook records. Your Honor may remember that in January of this year, I filed a notice under 119021 and 118036 regarding the Facebook records being admitted as self-authenticating records of regularly conducted activity under the rules. I have the certificate of authenticity of domestic records of regularly conducted activity from Meta Platforms, which preserves the Facebook records. It was signed in January of 2023 by Katie Newman, the custodian of records. I'd like to move those records in now under this basis, and then I will lay additional foundation as to identity of the individuals and usernames through Sergeant Vigil.
Any objection?
Judge, so we've been working hard to go over the what we believe needs to be redacted. There's one issue left in regards to planning and conspiring.
We're on the Facebook records.
Oh, on the Facebook records? No issues with the Facebook records.
So there'll be, they are admitted. You'll have to, again, lay some additional foundation with the officer.
Yes.
Any other issues?
Nothing from the state. I believe defense has one on the defendant's statement.
In regards to the defendant's statement, Your Honor, we have concerns about when Detective Vigil was asking Isaac a question. He was asking leading questions as part of the interrogation technique that we're going to get into in cross. How Isaac could have been conspiring and planning to commit this this act, and we believe that that is legally conclusive statement, and it's somewhat testimonial and would be concerning. I think it's prejudicial to the jury, so we would ask that that part be excluded as well. We agree on everything else, Your Honor.
Ms. Murphy?
Your Honor, the line is, this is from page 54 of the transcript, is Sergeant Vigil saying, okay, I don't know, man. These messages look a lot like there's some conspiring going on, some planning going on. What? And then Mr. Apodaca responds, from that point where I was telling you from, this is as Sergeant Vigil is scrolling through the messages on the phone in front of the defendant. The defendant gestures to a portion of the messages that he says from there on down are not his. Sergeant Vigil responds, well, even before then, it sounds like you guys are planning something, your fate getting thrown out, and what? So defense is objecting, as I understand it, to the comment, these messages look a lot like there's some conspiring going on, some planning going on, but that is part of a question that elicits a reply from the defendant. It is not a legally conclusive statement. It is a statement being offered for the effect on the party that elicits a party opponent admission. We believe that it's relevant for purposes of this interview. It's a piece of, there isn't a legal conclusion in that. Using the word conspiring doesn't automatically make it a legal conclusion.
Judge, so there's, if I may.
Go ahead.
Conspiracy is one of the, there's a conspiracy charge here that we're dealing with. If somebody were to go up on the stand and ask, so you committed manslaughter, didn't you? I mean, that would be legally conclusive language. So I think that should be excluded, Your Honor. I'm fine with what Isaac was saying and all of that, but I think in the minds of the jury, if they hear conspiring, they're going to be, aha, he established now that there was a conspiracy here, and he's guilty of that, Your Honor. So I believe that is legally conclusive language. And also the planning, although, I mean, there's no actual charge of planning, but planning is kind of, can be looked at as helping prove aiding and abetting or accomplice liability, Your Honor. So I just think that that general statement by the detective should be excluded, Your Honor.
The objection's overruled. The language, and you will have the opportunity to cross the officer as well as argue. The jury has to make a legal determination whether or not the evidence before them meets the necessary elements of the charge of conspiracy. There is a legal definition of conspiracy, and the elements are contained in the instruction. Using the word planning, it has a common use. Whether or not the activity or the statement meets, again, the legal definition is something that can be argued to the jury, and it can be made clear that they are the ultimate decision makers as to whether or not the state has met its burden in proving the elements of the charges. But the use of the language alone, the officer's not being offered, as far as I know, as a legal expert for definition purposes. He is a fact witness, and in this context, a fact witness to provide the foundation for a statement taken at or near the time of the incident. So, over objection, the language would be allowed to be played to the jury as part of the state's case in chief. Is there need for clarification?
No, Your Honor. Based on an additional redaction that the parties found yesterday, the disc is being reburned as we speak. We'll just need a brief moment for Sergeant Vigil to re-review that and sign it, and then we are ready to proceed.
You said something else was being reviewed. Defense counsel gets to make sure that that has been withdrawn from the audio and video.
That's fine. I can show that to them. We worked on those timestamps. We had multiple conversations yesterday.
If you know the timestamps, you know where to look, and so it'll be quick.
Yes, Judge.
Any other issues for the state?
No, Your Honor.
Other issues for the defense counsel?
Other than we'll look for those redactions, as Ms. Murphy said, we were working late into the evening yesterday, going over that. Okay, thank you.
Our jury's all here. We'll bring them in and get started. Who's first up?
Sergeant Vigil.
Okay. And how far into his testimony is the video going to be played?
About 15 minutes, maybe 20, Your Honor.
Is it here? We need the video here. They need to look at it before.
Yes. They are in this room right behind me burning it. Yes, Mr. Long will check.
Okay. Well, I want you to see it before we get started instead of having to stop and send the jury out and then bring them back in.
Totally understood, Judge.
We'll be in recess until you have a chance to look at that.
Absolutely.
Let me know. I'm going to step off the bench and